All right, let's dive right in. If you're a busy professional, you already know the struggle, right? How in the world do you fit exercise into a schedule that is already bursting at the seams? Well, today we're going to crack that code with some super practical fitness hacks. Let's get to it.
And let's just be real for a second. Between your job, your family, your commute, everything, the idea of blocking out an hour or two for the gym, it probably sounds completely insane. We get it. You look at your calendar and you're just thinking, where? Literally, where does that go?
But, and this is the tough part, while that feeling is 100% valid, putting your health on the back burner is a really dangerous game. It feels like a smart short-term solution, because hey, you get some time back, but the long-term cost, it's incredibly high.
So first up, let's just have a quick but really necessary reality check. This is all about understanding the hidden costs of sitting all day, and why, honestly, waiting any longer just isn't an option.
This is such a critical connection we have to make. You know that constant fatigue, the sluggish energy, the aching joints that we just brush off as, oh, I'm just busy or I'm getting older. A lot of the time, those are just the warning lights on the dashboard for much more serious things happening under the hood, like high blood pressure or a rising risk for heart disease and diabetes.
On average, we get about 80 years on this planet. But the real question is, what's the quality of those years going to be? The goal isn't just to live a long time, it's to live well for a long time. Too many of us start feeling 80 way before our time, just because our physical health got pushed to the very bottom of the to-do list.
I love this analogy. This is the exact mindset shift that we need. Stop thinking about exercise as this chore you have to do. Start thinking of it as an investment, preventative maintenance on your single most critical asset. I mean, it's the engine that powers everything else, your career, your family, your entire life.
Okay, so how do we actually fix this? It is time for a brand new strategy. This is all about ditching that all-or-nothing approach to fitness. You know, the one that sets so many of us up to fail before we even start.
Just think about it for a second. You would never tackle a massive project at work by trying to do it all at once, right? You'd break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. So why on earth should fitness be any different? When you apply that same logic, the whole thing suddenly feels way less intimidating and a whole lot more achievable.
So here's what that can actually look like in the real world. Forget those 2-hour marathon gym sessions. Look at Plan A, just 30 minutes, 4 times a week. Or maybe Plan B is even better for you, just 20 minutes a day, 5 times a week. Both of these are incredibly effective.
And this brings us to the absolute golden rule of this whole thing: consistency over intensity. Especially when you're just getting started, just showing up regularly is so much more important than one perfect, killer workout every 2 weeks that leaves you exhausted. The goal is to build the habit, not to burn yourself out.
And here are 2 vital little tips to make this whole thing stick. First, as you get fitter, don't feel like you have to find more time. No, just slightly increase the intensity. Walk a little faster, use a heavier weight. Second, mix it up. Do some walking, try yoga, whatever. Variety is your absolute best defense against getting bored.
Okay, so we've got a strategy. Now for the fun part. Let's get into the actual practical hacks for stealing back pockets of time from a schedule that feels like it has zero wiggle room.
I know what you're thinking. This is the million-dollar question, right? It's one thing to say, find 20 minutes, but it's a whole other thing to actually carve out those 20 minutes from your day. So let's break down exactly where they're hiding.
Check out how simple this can be. Just wake up 30 minutes earlier, 3 times a week. Boom, that's 90 minutes right there. Or swap one of your regular sit-down meetings for a walking meeting. Use half of your lunch break for a quick, brisk walk. See? These little changes add up incredibly fast.
And then there are all the micro movements you can sprinkle throughout your day. Let's call it cubicle fitness. These are tiny decisions: taking the stairs, walking over to a colleague's desk instead of shooting an email, parking a little bit farther from the door. They might seem small, but they all add up to keep your body moving and your metabolism fired up.
Okay, now for all you road warriors out there, we know that travel is the ultimate routine killer. So how do you stay active when you're basically living out of a suitcase? Let's get into it.
Here are your new non-negotiable rules for travel. When you're on a flight, get up and walk the aisle every hour. It keeps your blood flowing. At the hotel, hit the gym. Even if it's just for 10 minutes on the treadmill, it makes a huge difference. And if there's no gym, no problem. Your room is your gym. Bodyweight stuff like crunches, push-ups, or some simple yoga. You don't need any equipment at all.
And here it is. This might be the single best pro tip for travelers. You want to eliminate the excuse before it even has a chance to pop into your head.
If your gym clothes and sneakers are always in your bag, ready to go, the barrier to just doing it becomes almost zero. It's such a simple habit, but it's an absolute game changer.
Your toolkit for success really just comes down to three main things. First, some portable gear. Think resistance bands. They can turn any hotel room into a gym. Second, healthy fuel. Keep some nuts or a protein bar with you so you're not grabbing junk food on the run. And finally, planning ahead. Just taking 2 minutes to decide when you're going to do that 20-minute walk, that's half the battle right there.
All right, let's bring this all home and focus on what is truly the most important part, the mindset shift that makes all of this stick and the real reward that's waiting for you on the other side.
So, if you remember nothing else, remember these 3 keys. First, start slow. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The goal is to build momentum, not burn out in week 1. Second, plan for it. Put your workouts in your calendar just like you would a meeting. Make them non-negotiable. And finally, track your small wins. Seeing that progress, no matter how small, is the most powerful motivation you can get.
And this is the ultimate takeaway. The real prize here isn't about fitting into a certain size of pants. It goes so much deeper than that. It's about having the energy to crush it in your career, the energy to be present and playful with your family, and truly enjoying the long, healthy life you're working so hard to build.
So I'll leave you with this one question. This isn't about overhauling your entire life tomorrow. It's just about one small, simple, achievable step. What is the one small investment you will make in your most important asset, yourself, starting today?